What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. Today, I'm here to talk about one of the controversial fragrances in my collection. I know a lot of you love it, like you swear by this fragrance, but I found it to be a little bit controversial. Let me explain. Let's talk about Nishane's Sultan Vetiver. Now, this fragrance is like super hyped in the community. I was like, okay, Vetiver. I mean, I'm not too big of a patchouli fan, but since it's vetiver, and I know like vetiver comes in all these flavors, I have fragrances that have like a good dose of vetiver. I was like, let me take this chance. So I got myself a tester bottle, a 50 ml tester bottle, as you can see, the typical Nishane presentation. And because it's a tester bottle, so you don't get those full presentation, full boxes and everything, but you do get the bottle that does not say tester anywhere, but it's a very nice and dang pretty nice presentation, I would say. The juice color is pretty appealing, I must say. That one I will give into, but the fragrance itself, I enjoy it, but it's something I would not be able to recommend or swear by. Now, why do I say that? It's because, like, up front, I will tell you this, that this is a fragrance, it's a bit, I mean, it tends a bit towards the mature crowd. It's definitely not something, you know, a youngster, like a teenager or somebody in their mid-20s would really appreciate, unless they know what they're wearing or, you know, whatever they're putting on, they understand notes and everything. So without much delay, let me first talk about the notes from the Nishane website. So on the top, you get Javanese vetiver, absinthe, Shinus moly, I don't know what that is, bergamot. In the mids, you get bourbon vetiver, Haitian vetiver, neroli, and tonka. On the base, you have amberwood, leather, and Brazilian vetiver. Now, this fragrance, the name is totally justified because of the use of all these types of vetiver. Now, the first time you spray this fragrance, I mean, my personal opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would say the same, you get like a spicy kind of opening with all that bergamot and a big combination with this Javanese vetiver. I don't know what Shinus moly is, but I don't know, because let's not talk about it then. But the absinthe, now there's like a sharpness, there's like a kind of like a tad bit boozy kind of a feel to this fragrance. Like it opens up a tad bit boozy, and there's a lot of like I don't know, maybe it's kind of like one of those spicy, like a mouth-watering spicy, I don't know, like it's not saffron totally, like kind of like saffron based, but of course there's no saffron here as per the website. But I have a feeling like it's kind of like a spicy citrus, like it's not your fresh citrus again. There's a presence of bergamot, but it's one of those bitter bergamot, spicy, earthy, dry green kind of opening. Now this fragrance, as it's drying down, I saw like there's a big change. What kind of change are we looking at? We're looking at a change where like a mouth-watering, like a tad bit juicy, yet there's a hint of dryness, and the green vetiver slowly changing, and you know, like it's drying down into something that's more earthy, a bit more dry, and you know, like it turns a bit more darker. Now this fragrance, I'm pretty sure like a lot of you say or swear that this is mostly for the colder months, but I have a feeling this fragrance can easily be pulled off in the summertime. Now, why do I say that? It's because the vetiver, the way it develops, and as you have already noticed, like its name, Sultan Vetiver, there's a combination, a ton of different types of vetiver used. So it changes from green, refreshing, spicy, tad bit citrusy opening to all the smoky, dark kind of mids. In the mids, the dry down, and because there's the presence of neroli and tonka, so I have a feeling that the tonka bean is giving off that tad bit sweetness, and at the same time the neroli, it's a floral component, but you don't detect any florals. So these two, the tonka and the neroli, they're working in conjunction to, you know, tone down the level of, you know, like earthiness, dry, dusty kind of vetiver. Again, further drying down, there's the presence of amberwood, leather, and Brazilian vetiver. Now, all these vetivers have their own characteristic, like, and the absolute base, like the Brazilian vetiver. I'm pretty sure the Brazilian vetiver is the driest of all. You get that very dusty, earthy kind of feel. The woodiness is, again, it's very dry, and the presence of leather, it's one of those leather notes where it's not super dominant. It's pretty toned down, but mostly you will detect the vetiver. I mean, you can tell up front that yes, I'm smelling vetiver, something that's very dry, dusty. And this fragrance has absolutely, I mean, towards the dry down, does not develop too much. It's very, like, well composed. But the thing is, it's not very smooth. The transition is pretty sharp at times, like from green, spicy to dry, smoky to all the way to dry, woody. But the thing is, this fragrance has tremendous performance. When it comes to performance, Nishane Sultan Vetiver will go beyond 12 hours easy. I went like with like 4 to 5 sprays, and that was more than enough to go past 12 hours. Now, of course, I tried it on the warmer days, but not during one of the summertime. As you know, like, it's still pretty cold and chilly on days in New York City, so that's why I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you go easy on the trigger, this thing in a controlled environment, like temperature, climate controlled environment, this thing will shine. Now, of course, this is for the mature crowd. This thing will not be super, like, appealing to the younger generation. But anybody who enjoys trying out new fragrances, or, like, experiencing new stuff, or has a trained nose, like, of course, like, we're not experts, but the thing is, like, you understand what you're wearing, you understand what's about to happen, or you have an expectation, like, okay, I know what's about to happen, or what I could expect from a fragrance, how it breaks down. Those people can definitely enjoy it. I wouldn't say this is mass pleasing. It could be off-putting in certain situations. That's why I mentioned be careful with how much you apply, because it's tremendously potent. It has a very long-lasting effect on your skin. I mean, it'll just blast through anything. It'll cut through winter or summertime or heated air. It'll cut through. And because, like, this has like an old school vibe, so, and a dusty feel, earthy dusty feel, dryness, so chances are it's definitely not very super appealing to people around you. You might get some looks and squirms, like stuff like that. But besides that, if you're rocking this thing on a super cold day, chances are people will love it, because it's again, does not evoke or give you a sense of comfort. But the thing is, like, it's a nice fragrance, but something that I cannot recommend right away that, hey, go and buy Sultan Vetiver. I cannot just do that. I would highly recommend you sample this first, because I got it for like a really good price, and it's a 50 ml bottle. It's not gonna hurt me, so I'll just leave it there. So share with me your comments, your feelings, if you have this fragrance, if you're about to try this, were you about to try it? Let me know in the comments section. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you like this content. Make sure you're subscribed, and until the next video, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.